So we made it to Pasto, which is sort of a border town. I mean, it's 60 kilometers away from the border with Ecuador. I had to buy some oil. Some of my screws are squeaky a little bit, so I'm trying to figure that stuff out. And I'm lucky that I have almost a full tank of gas here, because it is impossible to get gas here today. There was a mudslide on one of the roads leading to Pasto, so I guess the gasoline trucks can't make it here. Anyway, I'm lucky making it to Ecuador, so hopefully there's no problem there. This is the road to the border with Ecuador, and I just came across this valley which just continues on with some really high mountains. So I'm getting closer to the border with Ecuador, and I guess the stream of refugees is not ended yet. These two folks just walked by, and I've seen quite a few people here walking on the side of the road, heavily packed with stuff, going to look for a better life somewhere, I suppose. I wish them luck. So just taking a little break here, but I also gotta do some stuff to the bike, because I was just in Pasto, and my kickstand is very tall, and I had just parked it in a spot where it was about to tip over the other way, and in fact it did, because I wasn't paying attention. And then some liquid poured out. I think it's some coolant. Not much, just a little bit. And then as I was inspecting the bike a little bit more, it seems like the lid of the coolant container, canister, or whatever you call that, it has come off. Probably because we did the Trampoline of Death yesterday, which was a crazy road, just 60 kilometers of pretty intense gravel. So just gonna see if I can fix that over here before we continue on to the border with Ecuador. So this is the part that we just loosened up. You can see indeed that that is not closed. I just gotta get it in there again. So this literally just happened seconds ago. You can still see the dust coming in. So hopefully there's not more coming down. He's gonna try it out maybe. He's gone, so I guess I'm gonna go too. So it's been a while since we did a border, like a week or something like that. And I already got my stamp to leave Colombia in my passport. Now I get to the aduana, or Dian as they call it here. And I've been standing here for a while now because, yeah, there's a desk here, but there's nobody. And I need to get my temporary import permit canceled before I can import it into the next country, which is Ecuador. At least the rain stopped. That's nice. It was getting nasty. There's been a lot of rain in Colombia. That's why it's so green here. Anyway, let's wait a little longer. Someone did acknowledge that I'm here. Security guard, I guess. So hopefully he's actually getting someone that can help me. We made it! Welcome to Ecuador! Well, we're driving through the mountains. So we are in Quito here, and that is Bernardo and Jose.
I am from Venezuela.
Ah, there we go. We got the pizza oven right behind him. The bike is parked right here, and this is the hotel. Bernardo, what is the history of the hotel?
Guys. Yeah, the hotel used to be a convent, and then my great-grandfather...
Convent?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Then my great-grandfather bought it to the nuns. I'm the fourth generation, so my great-grandfather was living here, my father, and then me, but it becomes like a little hotel. We want to keep the essence of the house, so we leave it the same as used to be before. So we just put toilets, we put solar energy for the hot water. We try to be like a green hotel, so we just recycle all the glass stuff in the house. On the hotel is recycled bottles. And right here in the restaurant, the restaurant used to be the stables of the house.
The stables?
Yeah,
so we horses here.
We used to breed the bulls and horses.
We
used to have around Cotopaxi, the volcano, and they used to bring here just to show in Plaza San Francisco, to show them that my great-grandfather. But now it's a little restaurant. We have the oven as well.
It's I love the pizza oven. How many rooms does the hotel have?
We have 13 rooms. 13 rooms, and normally you see all the living rooms, everything is completely original. The decoration was made from my great-grandfather, my grandfather. The furniture was designed for them and was made by hand there. And the plant was from my mother.
So cool. I love it. Well, thanks for having me here, guys.
A pleasure.
Bernardo, it's really cool. As you guys can see, the bike is parked right over here because we don't want to have it over there. Well, there's the gate, and then you go onto the street. So obviously we don't want to do that. But the bike is very safe here.
Yeah, safe and warm. Bye-bye, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Martin, a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you, thank you. And of course we have pretty umbrellas in the ceiling. I like it. It's so cool. There's the bike. Okay, señores. ¿Qué es esta?
Este es ron mulata.
Ron mulata, ron from Cuba.
Okay. Cheers, guys. Cheers. Cheers, guys.
Salud, muchachos.
This one is to start the evening. Later we can have something to eat.
It's to line the stomach a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Before dinner and before going out and stuff like that.
Make you feel hungry later.
I love it. No, this is really good.
Yeah, especially from Cuba, brought from Cuba. And then we are eating and drinking a little bit.
Well, people, we made it to Quito in Ecuador. We're just walking on the square that's super close to my hotel. And apparently I shouldn't go at night because unsavory characters might be walking around here. So this is kind of what we're dealing with. Okay, we're gonna explore a little more, see what we can find. So I found a restaurant called 𝐥𝐤𝐬 de Fries. This really cool courtyard. So this courtyard building is 400 years old, right in the middle of the historic center, which has a lot of original Spanish places here. And I'm having a very non-traditional breakfast with chicken and fries, coffee and a milkshake, and some cool salsa in there. We are here. ¿Qué restaurante?
Restaurante La Gloria Quito.
¿Y cuántos vinos tienes aquí?
Tenemos más de 1000 etiquetas, la bodega más grande del Ecuador, donde puedes disfrutar de chilenos, argentinos, españoles, franceses, italianos, portugueses, uruguayos, estadounidenses, australianos, de todo un poco. Tenemos Ecuador también, por supuesto, y tenemos variedad en licores, en espumantes, en champán, de todo un poco.
See, here are some of the other wines and liquors. ¿Y qué es mi vino para esta noche? ¿Qué es esto?
Un cordero con piel de lobo de la casa de Mosquita Muerta, un Cabernet Sauvignon espectacular.
De Argentina, ¿verdad?
Argentina.
Sí. Bueno, muchas gracias, señor.
Vale.
I have this beautiful restaurant to myself right now, and this is the delicious tuna tartare. Yum. So at times it's been a little bit chilly actually here in Quito because we're almost at 3 kilometers elevation. So the first day, well actually most nights it's about 10 degrees a night. Quite cool. But now it's like a nice summer day, which is good. So we're walking around this amazing piece of architecture. We just walked through the Basilica, and this is the outdoors in the square. Oh, look at the size of those babies. Something's going on inside as well. You can maybe hear the music in the background a bit. But this is quite the building. Walking around Quito still. I've been waiting here for a package which has still not arrived. Anyway, it did give me time to get some stuff done. The bike needs to get a new suspension. I need to buy some tires because the next couple of countries, yeah, there's just not going to be any tires. So let's see how that goes. Okay, so we're here in the shop. This is 𝐥𝐤𝐤 shop, but this is Raimundo who's going to fix it. ¿Qué hace, Raimundo?
Vamos a hacerle servicio un cambio de retenes.
Sí, gracias. These are what these guys work on suspensions. That's not mine. Mine is still in here. The white thing over there. Once again, we're in a little shop, but this one is specifically for suspensions because the suspension has been beaten up quite a bit with all the off-road riding that I did. So now they're just doing a bit of a service. The bike is nice and clean, as you can see. Well, that's because of the trampoline of death. The most difficult road, most deadly road in There's the bike once again, this time with a new suspension. As you can see, it's hanging from the ceiling. And there's the suspension that has been replaced. So it's raining once again in town in Quito, but we made it to, can you see over there? Well, we see Heide now over there. This is a Touratech store in Quito. My tires are still okay, but probably for just 4,000 or 5,000 kilometers, and I might need to do more before I actually find another place where I can buy tires. So some of the tires that you see right over there, 2 of them, front and rear, I'm gonna buy, and we're gonna install them on the bike so I can take them with me. Should be interesting. Let's see how it goes.
Okay, so we are at Touratech in Quito. We bought some tires, as you can see. Ricky helped me install them on the bike. Hopefully they stay where they are.
Welcome to all riders. This is your home. See you.
There we go. Thank you, Ricky.
Bro,
Thank you.
what do you say?
It's definitely been a bit of a challenge finding gas to cook on in Central America. Well, actually I found it in Mexico, but then I couldn't fly it from Panama to Colombia, so I had to leave it behind. Then I found one in Colombia, but the screw-on is too thick for my cooking device. But now I found the right one here in Quito. So another thing ticked off the list. Yay! So today's been a pretty busy day actually. We made it just now, there's the bike, to Pancillo, which is the, I guess, Holy Virgin of Quito. Here's the view over the city. And guess what? Right up there is the Virgin. So there's the Holy Virgin right above me, standing tall and proud at the top of Quito. But really the view is most important for me. It's a very high up city, by the way. This city is, its elevation is about 2.8 kilometers. So we're almost at 3 kilometers elevation, which is why it's, you know, fairly cold. Summery days, but pretty cool nights actually. So the city of Quito is actually surprisingly large. I've been told there's only about 3 million people that live here. But when I arrived in Quito, I still had to drive 30 kilometers to make it to the historic center of Quito where I'm staying. So you can see it here. It's like spread out. It's like everywhere I look, there's city. Mostly low rises. And that's why it's so big. And do you see the square with the white church there? There's a square right there, and that's where my hotel is. What a view. This is the square that I'm kind of staying at. Like, I don't know what it is. But we're just gonna cross it and then get back to our hotel. Such a cool town. Well, city. The city is huge. It is very low-rise heavy, I guess, which means they have a lot of space. Like you can drive 30 kilometers from one end of the city to the other. But look at this. Like at night, everything's well lit. I don't feel unsafe. People tell me I should maybe, but I like it here so. Been a while without waterfalls. So I'm in Ecuador in a place called Rio Bamba, and I just pulled in just around the corner, and then someone put some food in my hands, which was good actually. And then the guy comes over. That's $1. After I've eaten it, so interesting way of selling. But right over here, I'm just getting a coffee too. The bike's acting up a little bit. Something is not exactly correct, so I'm trying to make it to 𝐦𝐤𝐳, where there's a BMW dealer. So hopefully I can have that stuff checked out. Otherwise, all good. Beautiful Ecuador, hilly, mountainous, rainy, a little wet. So we've just been driving through in the most intense fog, which is clouds basically, because the country is so high. And I'm glad that seems to be finished, because it's just hard to see where you're going. And yeah, we have a little bit more time to go. Yeah, I know it's dark, I'm not supposed to be riding at night, but it's happening today. So that's how it goes. Yeah, so I was gonna continue riding through the darkness and the fog, but then I realized it's another 2 hours. It's just not gonna happen. It's dangerous, it's not smart. So I'm in this little town. I just had a coffee here at 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐿, and they refused to charge me for the coffee. Super nice couple, so I'm gonna go back here for breakfast in the morning. And now I'm going to the only hotel in town and rest up and leave early in the morning.